All right, before we get started into any sort of stick work, we're gonna just do a basic warm up for you guys. Most FMA stuff where we start using sticks uses a lot of wrist work, so we do a lot of wrist exercises for this. All right, just things to focus on for sure. I want you to focus on the last three fingers of your grip rather than the first two. Now, this is good for twirling. You'll see a lot of people let go as they go through here, but the most important thing is not this as you're coming through, but this and the squeezing and tightening down of that. It has to do with how our muscles are built. These last three fingers have a lot more strength than just these little two. Okay, even though it may not feel like it, you do have more muscle coming in through that. Okay, so the more we train that, the better at our grips and our strikes we're going to get. I've even had personal trainers that I've helped out. I said, hey, try this last three from here. It's actually something you'll see in karate where they're pointing from this. It's not just a finger jab from this. This is actually a grip that they're holding. All right, so this is a grip that they're holding from that, focusing on those last three fingers. Okay, again, if I focus just on this, it's not as tight. You can almost feel like the last three are kind of loose, but if I tighten this down, most of my hand is tight. All right, so going into that, we're going to focus on a lot of squeezing down into this motion here as we're warming up. But we're going to start off nice and simple with drums. So all we're going to do is just drumming back and forth. I try not to do two at the same time, but just kind of alternating, just like drumming in there. Be careful not to go too fast and just not pay attention, just whack yourself in the face. And we're just trying to get a good speed on there. And again, working on those last finger grips as you're coming here. You can do that for about anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. All right. Another one that we do here, we're going to grab in the middle and we're going to make just flick back and forth from this. Now, what's nice about this, usually we'll go arms out to the side or arms a little bit forward. Okay, biggest thing from here is I'm focusing on whipping the wrist. A lot of people do this where they're not actually turning the wrist. I want to make sure I'm getting full range of motion. You should feel like a little bit of a stretch. So we can start out up front and go out to the sides, trying to go as much as we can. Just for a few more seconds from here. We're going to go one high, one low. Does not matter. One's up in front, one's directly above. And then we're going to switch. And again, you're doing this for about 10 to 30 seconds out here. Back up front, you can do this up front. You can do 45 out to the side, right from there. You're trying to get that little bit of that whooshing sound, right, as you're going from there. So you do want it. A lot of people do this because they get kind of lazy with it. Remember, this is a warm-up, so we're trying to really accelerate on that warming up the wrist. All right. I'll show you a different one from this. So keeping this motion from here, we're going to actually step behind us and lift, step behind and lift. Now, if you notice for this, I see a lot of people do this where they're super tall, a lot less control, you don't move as well, okay? So if we incorporate some of the footwork, I lower my center of gravity and I use my center as I come up. I can actually move a lot faster, get that heart rate up. So now I'm incorporating some of that footwork as we're coming through, all right? Grabbing from center here, we're going to do twirls down and up. So all we're going to start, again, it may start like this, but we're working on this grip here, twirl down. We want to change in level because if we start here, we want to end down from here, and then we're going to twirl the opposite direction, twirl up, down, and up. Okay, so just going down, both of them at the same time. Both of them are coming up at the same time. And again, anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds is fine with these. All right, I'm trying to get that coordination, waking up the brain as we're moving through. All right. Now from this position, we're going to alternate. Okay. If this was too hard for you, you can just stick with the dual going at the same time. Now, when I do mine, I try not to extend and then bounce back up. I just kind of try to end here and then I'll flick it back up. Okay, same thing with my alternating. I'm gonna have one high, one low. One's gonna go back this way, one's gonna go forward, and they're kind of like twirling right in the middle. Twirling, meeting right in the middle, and alternating. So when we start getting into a good rhythm of that, okay, this is a good way to get that coordination and getting the mind flowing from that. All right, if that one's easy for you, there's a step up for you guys. All right, we're gonna do 3. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and then following up on 3, going back down. So it's weird doing it slow. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll go in the center, 1, 2, 3, and then come down. I like 3 different levels, 1, 2, and 3, okay? 1, the meet in the middle, and then they change. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So you notice there's that timing difference going across, and they're continuously moving in opposite directions. It's a really great coordination exercise. Okay, last one I'm going to show you, this is a bonus one. You don't have to do this one. This is for the advanced people out there. It's how you can step that up for, if you can do the 3 just fine, if you do alternate just fine, and it feels nice and smooth. This one's a good challenge for you, and that's 2 different speeds. Okay, so one side is only going to do 1, the other side is going to do 2. Okay, so what it looks like is coming up. So one side is going faster than the other, doing 2 twirls, while the other side is doing 1. Okay, and the same thing, it's still traveling along that arc. Okay, and we're going to switch it. Okay, and you can vary this up to where you can have one side doing 3, one side doing 1, one side doing 3, one side doing 2. You could change it up however you like, but that's a good challenge for that one. All right. Couple other ones that we're going to do our rainbows. So going out and back in. And a lot of times we'll do this while we're jogging. So we're just opening up, creating that little rainbow. Looks like windshield wipers up front. The higher up your hands go, the better the warm up, because you're building, helping to wake those shoulders up. All right. But a lot of people do this right in front. It's fine to start here. Your goal is to try to get it high up. Now I like to alternate instead of just one, so I can see where it's at. My goal is not to have them hit each other like from here. So I'm actually going in one in front, one in back, making sure that we're clear. I don't want to get in the habit of hitting my own weapon. Okay, I want to make sure that I have clean pass coming all the way through. Okay, from here we're going to do abanicos or fans, top fans. Using those wrists, I like to think of it like I'm fanning the ceiling or trying to scrape something off. You need to switch it up. Same thing. And again, trying to avoid those little snaps where they kind of hit each other. And again, about 10 to 30 seconds for those. In this, back and forth. Alternating hands. Good, 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 good. And we can also go with the twirls back and forth. Now you can kind of go back and forth with this. Vary your footwork up, like jump rope, twirls. Okay, so just a couple warm-ups from there. And that's usually our warm-up routine that we do with sticks. There are multiple different ways to warm up. You can do different things. You can do push-ups with these, flat, not with your fingers underneath, but flat on there. Moving it inside and out, but you should get your heart rate up. Wrists are warm up, shoulders are warm up, arms are warmed up. And again, if it's too much to jog, just do here. Step. Try not to stay stationary. Just small steps. Okay. Nice and easy, good modification, good warm up. And that is our stick one.